Ketchup.
I'm kidding. If you
I
could,
love that you actually saved it.
if what are your top 5 '90s rock songs?
Ooh, that's good. I really
Yeah.
like the 90s.
You like them?
Songs or artists?
Songs.
Okay. Astenia from Blink-182.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm terrible with writing names.
Blanking her
but,
out the favorite
yeah.
songs that she listens to every day.
Wait. I can sing like.
Does it count if the band is from the 90s? I don't know if the music is from the 90s.
Okay, Everlong from Foo Fighters.
Uh-huh.
Of course, smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Nirvana.
Nice.
That's right.
What else? I love Blink-182, so I would say like all of them, but also like Not Now. And from the 90s.
Let's go!
Oh my god.
Are you waiting?
Lithium, Nirvana as well.
Welcome back to
Awesome.
another episode of the Makings Podcast. Again, because we forgot to record this part, we are your hosts. My name is Javier.
And I'm Rodrigo.
I said it very American. And today, we're here with another guest, introducing herself for a second time. Fernanda,
Hey guys.
how are you?
I'm pretty good. So
Okay,
excited
okay.
to be here.
Nice.
Thank you.
Can I say,
It
guys,
happens.
I messed up. should have been recording the audio and I wasn't, so we have to do this again. But if you don't mind, could you do a little rundown of what you just told us about where you come from, your backstory, all that?
Yeah, sure. I'm Brazilian. I was born in a small city up in the mountains, pretty close to Rio. Basically, I lived there for like 16 years of my life. And like since I was a little kid, my parents always pushed me to observe the world around me, different cultures and people. My father is an architect, my mom is a lawyer. So we were always in like different environments. And like, I think since I was like 2, I was exposed to like many different sports, from volleyball to horseback riding. I did ballet for 14 years.
Nice.
And I also took like drawing classes for a long time. So observation became a very natural thing in my life. And then I moved to Rio when I was 16. I started college in advertising. And at first, honestly, like I was thinking about going to med school because I wanted to do something like to help people. But then I realized that I didn't have to be a doctor for that, that I could do this through communication. That was when I decided to move to advertising. And yeah, basically, like that's my background.
Okay, so
I guess it helps that not having
It-
like
it
open
help-
bodies in
it
front.
helps knowing all these things because, to be honest, a lot of the little things that you just listed, they sound really familiar. I don't know, something like stuff that I've mentioned in the past. Stuff that I've
You're not
done.
the only one who did ballet over here.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Have you guys done ballet before?
I have just
Oh.
for a little bit. But that's the same. It's the same thing. My parents were also lawyers, as well, and studying and growing up. My dad always was there pushing me to like follow my, go with my creative skills. He always liked the way I drew, so he kept on pushing and pushing, and eventually that evolved and became something bigger, which is my passion for design nowadays.
Yeah, I remember like when I was younger that my mom used to come like, oh, I was walking and then I saw a red bird. I was like, what the are you talking about? You know, like a red bird. And now I understand, like I observe the world around me, like everything,
So we could say that your parents got you into this whole world of visuals and creativity and observing. So, are there any hobbies that are either related or separated completely from the creative world that influence the way you think and the way you see things?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, like in my early 20s, we always have this urge to be part of something, you know. So I was discovering myself, and like back in 2014, underground culture was spreading in Rio, and I got very in touch with a like an alternative group that used to do like parties, and I wanted to be part of that people. You know, they even had like a private Facebook group that only people who were invited could join. And I really
Mhm.
wanted to be part of that group, you know? It
Mhm.
seemed like something really cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and well, I also had a band when I was a kid. My brother is a drummer, and I always had that connection to music, you know. Then I started like talking to these people, going out with them. I used to go by myself to the events, even when it was on like a Thursday. And I feel that music is one of my biggest hobbies. I love parties, I love techno, I love rock music,
Mm-hmm.
and I made so many connections through that. And when I arrived in the US, my first friends, we matched because of music. And like I've met lots of friends actually. I had a relationship with a DJ who lives in New Jersey. So I started like going to backstage, you know, like knowing people. Then we started working together. I was doing content creation for him and also for parties. I was managing bookings with different venues. So I
That's so
expanded
dope.
my network in music. I can say that now I know like DJs and people related to the market around the world, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like very grateful to like combine something that is my hobby to my work, because like people in the music industry started recognizing myself as an advertiser and creative. They saw my potential, and then people in the advertising industry recognized my ability of management, of branding, you know, because I had to get the artist message, because they always have a message, and turn this into branding and content. So I believe it's a hobby that definitely boosts my career, especially nowadays.
That's pretty dope.
That's incredible, yeah. And if you don't mind, give us like a little surface area look into like where has all this taken you so far through like all the places you've been. Where have you been and what have you done?
Yeah, so a little bit about my background. As soon as I started college, I started working in advertising. So there was like an ad agency inside my university, and there I was like an art director, and we used to do events and even branding for school projects, but also like external companies.
This
That
was Brazil.
Yeah, back in Brazil. And then like I had experience in like teaching workshops, which was amazing. And then I developed my graphic design skills. I almost switched to graphic design school, but I continued advertising, and I started an internship in like a big company. It's like a fast food holding. And then I quit it. I was not feeling it. And like after that, I started working at TV Global, which is the biggest TV channel in Brazil. Is I believe it's a dream for everyone to work there.
Oh no,
You know,
not even. I remember. I mean, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure it might be similar today. TV Global. It's wild that a lot of. I mean, United States probably is not gonna know it.
some
Latinos do
people
a
do.
lot, but it's the second biggest network in the world,
Yeah.
behind ABC. It's wild.
It's an amazing company. Yeah. And after working there, I started like seeing myself as an like with a 360-degree view, you know, understanding how to combine art direction and filmmaking. So after that, I did like some freelance jobs with Sesame Street, which was like amazing with Elm, like super fun. Also doing some freelance that I have to be the director. I had to do lighting, pre-production, editing, everything. Um, did some also like graphic design jobs. Then while I was living in Rio, I started working for an ad agency in Sao Paulo as an art director. Then I started like managing a team. The brand that I worked for was Singer, the sewing company. And that was the first time that I did like a worldwide campaign, which was amazing.
Hey.
Yeah, I like had to manage from like social media assets to like filmmaking and ads. Then I moved to the US. Like it was always a dream of mine. And I took the master's program. It's a partnership between FIU and Miami Med School. And I quit the Brazilian job, because of currency and all this stuff. And while I was studying, I got hired by a company based in England, but they also have locations in 27 countries. So basically, we were a very small team of 4 people in marketing, and I had to create like concept for campaigns. We made a partnership with um, Marine Institute, to raise funds for like ocean conservation. Also like manage freelancers, which was crazy, and that was like a huge in-house experience. But yeah, I was not feeling it at some point. I wanted to expand my creativity, and when you're working in-house, sometimes you got like
Yeah.
super limited with bureaucracy stuff. um and now I'm working at David, the agency. I'm really happy to be there, like being in touch with my idols, I would say. um and yeah, like I was hired as a content creation for Natura, which is a Brazilian brand. But then like they started putting me in projects as an art director, so now I'm considered also an art director there. And I've been doing like filmmaking, graphic design, concepting for social media. My main focus is social media there, but now we are exploring like AI video generation. So I've been working a lot with like generating footage, for like general videos, also editing and doing some motion graphics. So like this been 12 years of experience. It's been a lot, but all these experience enhance like different abilities that I had. And I believe that now I'm in a point that I understood how to combine all of these.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty dope. Like through the whole thing, it feels like you became very multidisciplinary, right? You work with a little bit of everything now. Is there something that you prefer, that you like the most?
I think it depends. Like sometimes I'm very into filmmaking. Now I'm thinking about like content creation, like future plans. I started to develop like an account for content creation about like creative strategy. I cannot say much because it's still
It's
in
in the works.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We'll be waiting for it. We can definitely use some tips.
yeah. But I'm very into branding as well and concepting. I believe that everything has to have meaning, have a storytelling behind,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like to explore the ways that we can work.
Yes, it is.
Mm.
It's very important. All right. So, that being said, we are going to go on a little break now, but we're gonna do some podcast trivia
Oh my God.
right now. And we're gonna start off with the first question, and this is the way it's gonna work because you're new here. He already knows. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you're not gonna give me the answer. Now you're gonna wait all the way to the end to then
Great.
reveal
Then
your
I have
answers.
time to think.
So you're gonna have time to think. He's gonna have time to think. But
At least now is 101.
at least now it's 101. Yeah, it's fair for him now. So I'm gonna try to not give any hints. But if you guys need one, I'll do my best.
Javier, why do I see so many pages of trivia?
There's only a few pages. I don't know what you mean. All right. So the first question of trivia this episode: what is the last name of the famous Brazilian creative who helped the country win its first major Cannes Advertising Award?
When is the first major what?
Cannes Advertising Award.
Pretty sure I know this one.
This we will reveal at the end.
Oh my god.
But for now, we're gonna go on a little break, and we'll be right back.
I think I know this one.
You think you know this one? And we're back. We are back. Again.
Back to the game.
Back to the game. So, Nico, you had some follow-up questions that you wanted to ask.
I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, when we were chatting before, and I saw some of the things you sent as well, there was one really nice story that I saw from back when you were working with TV Global and the whole thing. Like, I think it was season 3 from Understood,
Yeah.
but I think it was a really nice example as well. If you want to jump into like the challenges that you get from
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I
recording
have
the-
so many crazy stories in production world, guys. Like working at TV Global was a turning point in my career for sure. So like funny thing was the selective process, because when I applied for the job, they do like a massive process. Like you just apply and there are like thousands of candidates. So I applied. It takes like 6 months, and then on the second phase, I failed, like 2016. So I was like, okay, it happens. And then a year later, I received an email from my ex-manager inviting me to an interview. So I got there, and like first thing when I started talking about my background, I told her, like I said that I came from a small city. And then we started chatting like about personal life, like different things that we went through.
And those are the interviews.
And I got hired on the next day. So I asked her, why did you invite me to this interview? She told me that when she first saw my resume, she saved it because she saw that I had experience with art direction and different like art skills. So she said, we want to bring this artsy aesthetic into our work. So I worked at promo as a promo producer. For those who don't know, basically it's about like creating content for ads, related to the soap operas, TV shows, movies.
Okay.
And one thing that we had to do was actually produce content with all the like the crew from the soap operas and stuff. But I also had to do a lot of decoupage of their content. So basically, most of the days I was just watching movies for 5 and 6 hours and writing down all the scenes that were cool, all the speeches that were nice.
Talk about a cool work.
Yeah.
So those are usually like the ads that you see like inserted into the stories and the we're seeing sort of like the telenovela.
Yeah, exactly.
Would it be more like the what's coming next, or an ad that you would see on TV promoting a specific show or something like that?
Yeah, when they're promoting, why like between the episodes and stuff, and also when they were launching content. For
Right.
example, there was a new TV show, so we had to do all the pre-production and then record everything with the team. And there's like a rule, that you can't say no to like superstars. You cannot. You have to solve everything. You cannot say no. So that pushed me to be more proactive, which was really good in my career. And also my first job there, we were producing a video for the company that would be seen in a dinner. What is it called? I forgot. Oh my god. At Emmy Awards. So they were like promoting the studios.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they had to like sell the studios. So that was amazing because I had the opportunity to, you know, dive in like all structures in a company. I had to go to the studios and record like about like lightning, visual effects, special effects, all this stuff. And one thing that changed my whole life was that every time that I came to a department, people were like, "Do you know how to use this? Do you know how it works? For example, lightning." And I said, "No, okay, I'm gonna teach you." You know, people wanted to expand their knowledge, and that made me a very proactive person. And anywhere I worked after that, I was like, how can I learn more? How can I do more? And that also helped me with Sesame Street because a friend of mine recommended me to do this job. It was just a freelance of one episode, but we have to shoot it in a favela, in a slum, Brazilian slum. And the pre-production, it was everything amazing. You know, we visited the location, we got the lighting ready, everything on place. And then on the day that we had to record everything, like everything that you can imagine happened. So while
Welcome to
you know
Brazil.
how it works.
All hell
Right.
broke loose. Okay.
Yeah. And while we were recording, there was a pastor like doing like praying outside, and it was like really loud. They looked at me and said, "Fernanda, you gotta solve this." And I had to go there like in the middle of the community and ask, "Hey, can you please, you know, finish this as soon as possible because we're like shooting some stuff here." And they were like pretty cool to say, "Yeah, of course." Then we got back to shooting, and
Couldn't you ask Big Bird to kick his ass?
no, I couldn't. And then like there was a
You're
Brazilian.
going to hell.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen how sassy Elmo is nowadays?
Oh my
Oh.
I think he
god.
would agree.
My god. My god.
Oh,
My
yeah.
god.
That's someone I think. And like after that, we were shooting, and then like the community started a barbecue right next to the school that we were shooting. So you can imagine, you know, like a Brazilian barbecue inside the favela is bro something crazy.
I'm imagining at least 20 people over there.
At
Oh,
least.
20 people, like kids running, you know, and they were singing
Live music.
Brazilian funk. Yeah. And me, like blonde with blue eyes, you know, I had to go there and ask them, you know, to turn it off.
Yeah.
They looked at me like, "You're not doing anything."
Who the hell are you?
Yeah, who the hell are you? And I had to go twice. Actually, I had to call security to help me because I was even kind of nervous. And in the end, they didn't stop. So we had to move everything to a different room. It was like crazy, and the team like lost their flight, so they have to
Oh.
reschedule everything. It was crazy. But what I learned in my filmmaking and production career is that 99% of the time things will not happen as you planned, you know. So the more organized you are and the more you plan on pre-production, this is gonna help you to solve problems. You know, I started like being fearless, you know, and just putting myself out there because I always say that there are two Fernandas. The personal Fernanda that has like confidence problems, you know, like sometimes I'm kind of shy, but my professional side, I'm fearless. I just go for it. I do my best until like I have no ending, and I'm always trying to find solutions to make it work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And which one are we talking to right now?
Well, both. I would say a combination. And also like my professional side lifts up my personal one. I feel that recently, looking at my whole career, what I've been doing, like my background, I feel very flattered, you know, and I'm starting like boosting my inner self with that.
You're looking at what you've done, like what you've been through, and you're feeling good because you've gone places, and you're going even further ahead, and it makes you really happy, and you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. It's bringing me a lot of confidence. I'm really happy where I'm working right now. I'm having the opportunity to work with friends that I've never imagined working before. That it's a dream for any advertiser. So, and I'm always challenging myself,
Mm-hmm.
always like trying to see how can I improve my skills, how can I apply all the knowledge that I have, all my experience into my work. And I feel that talking about production, how I learned to organize, doing pre-production shooting and post, that I apply these skills into my work right now for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I was just like literally just before we started this, I was watching a reel from a bass player that he was like the video is just him like doing a concert, but he was like, oh, just toured with gorillas, like doing the live shows and all, and still feeling like
Like it's the first time.
no, no yeah, but what is
The high.
no, the imposter syndrome.
Oh.
The imposter syndrome. So it's like
Yeah.
it's to prove that it's one of those things like that fake it till you make it might the more you do, the more and the easier the answers will come.
It works. It definitely
You
works.
gotta keep doing it because the answer, like next time you do it, the answers will be easier and easier. But it's like, and he's not the one, and it's something that I hear, for example, like from other artists. If you read a book, for example, for like Bonovox from U2, he talks about this as well. Like every time he goes into the stage, he has this completely different persona because he has to be like, I don't know, the confidence has to come from somewhere.
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily yours, or I don't know. It's a different process.
It is, but it's some mask that you gotta put on, and
Yeah. I
face it
relate
through.
100%. Like I have so much imposter syndrome. I have to say that till like a year or two, like before school, before I won the awards, uh, I rarely liked my work. I'm very picky with my work, maybe more than I should. But when I started like getting results and looking at my achievements, the brands that I work for, the projects that I've done, also like how amazing people recommend my work, then I started understanding, okay, maybe I'm good at it, maybe I can.
Yeah.
And now like I've been like really really happy about my work, even though like sometimes we have to be proactive and we don't have time to do what we really want to. And something that I also feel is like not limiting yourself to what is being asked from you, because people usually like just do what they're asked to in their job roles, and they are not challenging themselves. So when you're challenging yourselves, even though you don't have like pro skills on that, when you get the result, you see, oh damn, I did something that I didn't know
Never thought
before.
never thought I could. Exactly. I am noticing more and more as time goes by, this seeking of perfectionism. I think I'm theorizing that it's more prominent on people who do a lot of different things than the people who focus on one specific thing. I'm not saying they don't have that same problem, but I feel like the more you do, the more you know you can do, the harder you are on yourself, and the more critical you become against those things, because you can basically live the whole world on your own, and you want it to be perfect, compared to somebody who just does the one thing They know they're good at that one thing, and they just get it done, and they're happy with it. That's what I'm theorizing.
Can I add to it?
Yeah.
I wonder, so like a different side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it could be a little bit also like a difficulty to delegate?
Maybe.
Because you
Yeah.
because you want things to be perfect, you want it you only trust it to do yourself.
Yeah. No, of course.
Definitely.
100%. That's usually, yeah. Usually that goes hand in hand.
Cause yeah, and it's funny hearing like, especially from what Fernando said, because this is basically what brought us together as well. It was doing the same classes in school, and he was the one person I had doing the same kind of projects. There was like not just doing schoolwork.
Mm-hmm.
We were like whatever we had to do, we were doing the best project we could.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you trust like your friends' work, it's better to delegate stuff. I also have this issue, like, the difficulty of delegating, but when you find your duo, when you find someone who thinks on the same way, or sometimes you just gotta like push people, because everyone is on their own development process, sometimes, I mean, every time you share, you learn different things, right? So, but it's hard sometimes to tell your points and be happy with the work that you guys are doing. But once you find that person that inspires you, that shares with you, I think it helps.
It helps. It's wonderful. It lifts up a lot of weight off of you. We've seen it with people we brought in before. We saw it with Anto when we interviewed them. We saw it with
No, yeah.
with Emily and Kiara when we interviewed them as well. Which that episode should be out by the time this one is up. But yeah. I wanted to ask, since you mentioned the awards and that you didn't really like your work until you won the awards. Is that your favorite project that you ever did at school? The one that got you the award?
The stay cookie.
Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yeah. That project was definitely a turning point in my life. It was a final project for pop culture class, and the brief was from AAF competition awards.
Mm-hmm.
So I really loved that class because we had to explore like pop culture in general, like different themes. And then when I got the brief and when I read it, so the brief was basically asking to promote the footlong cookie for younger gens, and I couldn't stop thinking about boards, like skateboards or surfboards. I just had like boards in mind. So I was trying, okay, how can I do something that I relate to that? Actually, it was like my last project in school. So I was trying to get something like that,
Greatest thing you could have.
yeah, the prettiest thing that I could feel myself on the work, So like the first idea was to do a challenge, skateboarding and surfing challenge, but then we cut it to skateboarding, and that was when I realized that every time I put myself, my experience, who I am, what my hobbies are, what I like to do into my work, it's when like everything changes. It's when I get recognized by it, and there are people that still come to me and say, oh, I know this project. I saw this project on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that they started like recognizing who I am. I love underground culture. I love skateboarding. So I did not only bring this into the concept, of doing events partnership, basically like a competition to go a foot long further. Yes. Like breaking records, doing some stuff with Guinness Book. I did not only brought this in the concept, but also in the visuals. So I made a video using a Nirvana song, and also doing like a lot of motion graphics that I felt related to, and that are not actually related to what Subway has been doing, but is related to what the audience and the culture consumes. And one thing that is very important to say that also brought me this insight is that after it's a study that after the pandemic, especially the younger generations, they felt the urge to connect with like things that are related to when like times when things were simpler, because we have a lot of information nowadays and they miss that. So you see that nostalgia is like a trend, whatever, in fashion, music, art. So there's this big attachment to nostalgia nowadays, especially for these young generations. So bringing skateboarding and underground culture, which is also like still really trendy, was also like one of the insights that I have to develop this campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
that's pretty cool.
And well, first I won the top dog first place in winter quarter.
Miami, that's
Then
cool.
I got a silver Addies, which was not like the the main like competition who gave the brief, but they consider it when I applied for the awards. And also I got a bronze Clio. So
Ooh.
yes,
Yeah.
bronze Clio, that was like I believe
Whoa.
the happiest day of my life, especially because I did it all by myself. I created concept, I did all the graphic design,
I did the
making
video.
copywriting, and I'm not good on copywriting. So
Same.
So it was definitely a big achievement.
A great big win for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing that the video for Top Dog at school because I was there, but when that happened, and I think that's about around the time where I actually said, you know what, I'm gonna learn to skateboard.
Oh, that's cool. I inspired you.
So I think that's what inspired me to learn it, which I did ended up learning. I had our friend, I had him.
That's true.
I borrowed his skateboard. I was like, "Yo, Leo, can you let me have this for a couple of days so I can learn?" And I did, and I ended up learning. So I was like, "There you go, done."
That's really cool. And also something that I think was important because like during school, I didn't have much time, to like talk to people and to show who I am. So I'm very attached to like underground culture and stuff. People already knew about my work because of like projects during classes, of course. But I feel that people saw what my personality is,
Yeah,
what
they
I
saw you in a
like
new
doing.
light,
Yeah,
completely. Yeah, 100%.
The work speaks.
The work spoke for itself. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that is a big difference when you are like applying to a job or something, because I learned that in the very beginning of my career. I was trying to be formal, I was wearing a suit to interviews, and especially when I got hired by TV Global, when I was like being myself and doing kind of more personal. In the creative field, we have this opportunity, to show who we are, and definitely people will select you, not only because of your skills, but because of who you are, because you're gonna be the person who is gonna be working for them for years. So it's really important, to show yourself, and especially like show yourself through your work. And I think this project exemplifies exactly that.
Yeah, they wanna see if you're a good match for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like your work's gonna open the doors, but your personality and who you are
you're
is
the
what's
one.
gonna
Yeah, your
keep you in
status.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, on a good note, we're gonna go on another break.
More trivia.
But
more
we have
trivia.
more trivia coming up.
Oh my god.
This is the second trivia question. I think these are pretty easy. Again, answers at the end, so be ready. And I will repeat the questions at the end so you guys get a refresh. So the second question.
Jesus, thank God you're gonna repeat the question.
In the early 90s, a soft drink's TV activation elevated the ritual of consuming that drink alongside a crunchy, salty snack popular in cinema culture. The campaign's tagline turned into a household phrase in the region where the drink originated. What combination did this commercial famously link?
I know what it is.
All
Oh
right.
my
I'm
God.
obsessed.
Rodrigo
with-
is super excited.
It's
and he
because
knows his
I'm
shit.
obsessed with old school advertising.
My goodness. I think I might have made him too easy for him this time.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
you
see.
just didn't know.
All right. We're going to go into a break and we'll be right back. But usually, when this time comes, I challenge you to do something creative or something related to anything, a thing you do that maybe, might show a little bit of who you are to the people. But I also know that you have something that you want to share with others. You have some tips to finding your creative process and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a two-time challenge in this case.
Mhm.
All right.
First, I don't know which one should we do first. Should we do mine first? Should we do hers first? That's where I'm confused. I'm not sure which one to do first.
Let her do it.
Okay.
She's good for it.
First, then you would be challenging the world in this case, or whoever watches this episode, to like, follow these tips that you
Mhm.
have. So, do you want to share what you got about creativity?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I have some tips regarding like outer and inner world, And first of all, guys, like see the world around you, observe. When I was in college, I had semiology classes. For those who don't know,
Love it.
semiology is the study of signs and symbols. I love it. I freaking love it.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my favorites.
That's one of your class.
Yeah, it like understands how they create meaning, right? Because meaning depends on culture, history, and also context. For example, let's talk about cows, right? If we talk about cows here in the U.S., you instantly will think about meat. If you talk about it in India, they're gonna talk about religion, Buddhism, and if you talk about cows in Switzerland, first thing they're gonna have in mind is chocolate because of Milka chocolate. So it always depends, Nothing has just one meaning, and people interpret the world through their own culture, through their own experiences. So one big challenge for advertisers is to, instead of doing what you want people to know, like instead of selling how do you want them to see your product, you gotta try to sell it through their eyes, understand how they see that. So, and also like a big skill is when you learn to step outside your own judgment, your own reality, to like new perspectives, right? So good creatives don't impose meaning, they understand existing meanings. And this is really challenging, but it also relates to the second tip, which is expand like your exposure yourself to different experiences. For example, I'm not very into samba, which is like number one type of music in Brazil. But every time my friends invite me to a samba or a Brazilian funk party, I go. I love to observe how people interact, how people act, what they say. I'm a very talkative person, and every time I go to like DMV or I'm running errands, I start talking to random people because I like to understand how they see things, how they how they talk, what they think. So creativity grows when you step outside your own reality, for sure. And one thing that is also a really big tip is to like be proactive, right? As I said before, a lot of people limit themselves to what they're asked to do. And I remember when I started my career that my dad came to me and said, if someone asks you if you know how to do something, you say, I don't know, but I can learn it, you know? And that has put me in so many great experiences. For example, recently in January, I was working at David, and well, it was a Friday. I was in a really bad hangover that day because we had a party on Thursday, like a company party, and it was like 10 a.m. I could barely like remember my full name, and they came to
Listen,
me.
whoever didn't work on a hangover, it's not doing hard enough.
Yeah, you know. But bro, they came to me at 10 a.m. and said, "Okay, we have this brief from the biggest tech company in the world. I cannot say names because of privacy, but I was like shocked because I also had like 4 other tasks to do, and they said, okay, so these videos, you have to deliver them on Monday, and it was like 3 AI videos. That was on a Friday morning. So I said, okay, challenge accepted.
24-hour challenge, go.
Yeah, 24 hours. But of course, I had to work during the weekend, and I would do it again, you know, for this company. So I didn't have experience with AI videos at all before that. Of course, I had generated some imagery and also some speeches, but videos, not. So
Real quick. Just because AI, especially the video, like they develop so quickly. That when was that? Like what
this
year,
was in
more or less?
January.
This January.
Yeah, this
Okay.
January.
Okay.
Yeah, things developed a lot, you know.
I'm just trying to place it so we
Put a
know
timeline.
how good the AI videos were already.
Yeah, and
Timeline
it
of
was my
things.
first time, so I did not even know how the process works, you know. And I pushed myself. I said, "Okay, challenge accepted. I'm working on it." And in the end, like I worked, I believe, 22 hours in total because we have to put it on the system. And in the end, they loved the videos. They loved them. There were people that came to my table to like congrats me, you know, for the job. And there were like creative directors that are my idols that came to me saying, how did you do that? How was the process? You know? And now that and they're saying that I am the AI queen. I've heard that before. I'm like, okay, I'm a beginner, you know, but I was definitely like very proactive on that. And I always push people, you know, even though you don't learn, you can get one skill that you have, you know, and apply to it. Of course, you're not gonna accept a challenge of like building a spaceship or being a doctor, you know, but it's something that relates to what you've done before. Just push yourself, right? And like these are tips related to the outer world, but as creatives, we also have to think about the inner world. And like first tip for that is creativity needs space and time. And I know that in the market it's really hard to push that, especially if you're working in-house, right? In ad agency it's easier, but creativity cannot be forced instantly, right? So you gotta respect your brainstorm, you gotta respect your health, and also disconnect a bit, right? So I remember that back in 2015 when I was in college, there was a study that said that we are exposed to more than 200,000 visual information during the day.
Oh,
This like
especially with the screens nowadays. Yeah.
yeah,
Imagine.
because this was like 11 years ago. Can you imagine? Nowadays, it's even more, and we cannot have the urge to be everywhere anytime or to be um open to people all the time as well, you know. I received that that advice from Javier Mentasi. Shout out to Javier, I love him.
This is the second shout out how he gets in these episodes.
Javi, we love you. And he gave me a tip when I was going through a really hard time. Like, bro, you're creative. You gotta respect this at first. So put emotional things aside, focus on your work and what you have to do. But I know that for some creatives this is hard. Like, okay, how do I create my own process? That's very challenging. And that is the second tip. So a few years ago, in my therapy session, my therapist came to me and said, you gotta find at least 1 hour per week to do something that connects you to your inner child. Bro, everyone has 1 hour per week, right? So I started thinking, okay, what I used to do when I was a kid, right? And this might sound crazy, but this is my brainstorming method. Every time I'm stuck or I cannot think, I just ask people, okay, I need a break. I take a shower, go to my room, like turn on some really loud music, usually playing rock or psytrance, techno, and I just like get crazy. I turn off my phone and I just start dancing. I like doing it naked. I don't know, to feel more natural. But this is how I found my brainstorming method. I take at least 1 hour, and I always put like lots of notebooks, lots of post-its.
When the ideas come in.
Yeah, because I'm there dancing, and then this phrase, and then I write it down. Or I have a whiteboard, and then I put it on my whiteboard. In the end, I have lots of insights, and I'm more like stimulated. So when you're trying to find your own brainstorming or creative method, you gotta like put yourself in movement and disconnect from the world, because we have a lot of information going on, right? And also like the last tip that I can give you is hold on, I'm lost. I got lost.
Honestly, from what she said, therapy by itself could be a tip.
Yeah, guys, do therapy, please. Necessary for you. Like, use your therapy to clear your emotions. But also, like, last but not least, creativity is human. We gotta respect our emotions. Bring this to therapy, or I believe that in the creative world we have the opportunity to share who we are and what we're feeling. For example, thankfully, in my agency we have bi-weekly meetings, and first we talk about work, what we've been working with, the struggles and everything, and then we talk about personal side, what's going on, if you're doing good. And when you bring like to your coworkers or someone that you're close to what you've been through, it's a way of externalizing it and not making it reflect into your work, right? So people can help you to separate tasks, or even like what happened to me before was I shared something like really bad I was going through, and by the time that I put it out of my brain, and I started working, while I was working, as we said before about like looking at what we've done, when I saw the result of everything, I was like, I might be not doing very well like mentally, but at least my work is good and I should be proud of that. I should be proud of myself. And this is what boosts and lifts you up. But yeah, these are my tips. I know that sometimes it's hard to find your own path, especially when you're a beginner. But once you go for it, when you push yourself to the best, when you share, when you observe the world around you, because creativity is about being curious and not limiting yourself, for sure.
100%.
So I think the pretty sure we talked about this reference on past episodes as well, but we use it for a lot of our work. Uh, a lot of the tips you gave relates to the book that I have in my mind for the Still Like an Artist,
Oh, I
of
know.
like exactly that, like expose yourself to different like different arts, different things, expand your vocabulary and your references, because exactly what you said, like creativity doesn't come from nowhere. You gotta see what's out there to like piece together a little bit.
You gotta let that world expand and grow at whatever rate it might.
No,
It's not
Yeah.
the same for
I
everyone.
think it was I was watching the master class. It's kind of old, but from Anna Winter, the editor for Vogue magazine, and she was saying like how every week she goes into some kind of expo or theater or movie. She'll see something over the weekend, because that's what's gonna keep her like fresh and seeing what's new and what's coming.
Yeah,
That
it's
sort of
about
thing.
movement. Like, even going outside, it's really important, because sometimes us as creatives, you guys know, we can spend like 5 days in a room in our house, and when you go outside, you see people, and then random things happen, right? And
Mm-hmm.
as we're talking about the book that you're reading, by the way, I'm reading an incredible book called Becoming Supernatural. I recommend it.
Ooh.
Yeah, have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
No. So it relates like quantum physics, like medicine, and also spiritualistic stuff, and how you can develop your brain and create your own future. And it talks a lot about um that our minds sometimes they get stuck on past, present facts that happen to us, right? And how we gotta switch to present and future. And there's even like a diagram that shows like your inner self, and then everything that stimulates you in the outer world, like every single day, your relationships, pets, money, like all the relations we have. And if we don't focus on our present future mindset, we get stuck, because our bodies, our neurological cells, they act the same way that you react before.
Mhm.
Like, if you've been through a really hard experience with in your relationship, if you're still like connected to it somehow, your your body is gonna work on the same way. Your synapses are gonna be exact the same, and that gets you stuck. And this reflects on frequency, and frequency in the quantum physics and everything related. I definitely recommend this book.
I
This
love that
might
kind of
sound
thing.
crazy. Me too. I love like this crazy stuff, but and he also teaches how you can meditate while you're walking, while you're doing stuff.
Mm,
So yeah, I definitely recommend that.
that's pretty cool.
There's definitely an exercise on there. Like I saw also a TED talk of how we, not that we lost the ability, but like we need to relearn how to be bored,
Mhm.
and like how being bored is not necessarily a bad thing, like we think it is. I don't know if you guys had that. Like sometimes I feel like a lot of the times I'm watching a show at home, like on a computer or something, it's literally just like turning off my brain, and but in a bad way, that I was like I'm not processing anything.
Yeah.
Like even the show itself is not adding anything to me. I'm not. It's not like it's in the background and I'm working on something. No, it's just like distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some people complain about it nowadays. They say, "Oh, because you get addicted to like internet and TV shows, and then you're thinking about like stupid stuff, right?" Okay, of course, there's a limit for that, but I believe that especially for us as creatives, and we're facing the screens the whole day, that we need that time to disconnect. I told you guys that I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, like stupid ass videos, like comedy stuff, and because I watch Big Brother Brazil as well, which is like a really crazy reality show, out of this reality. But because I need to disconnect, and even when I'm watching YouTube, sometimes they're like reacting videos. The background video is like going to Singapore, and then like how you can visit like these different places. I'm learning something different. It's something that is not like heavy content, and there's also a touch of humor there. So yeah, because we sometimes we need to get
Off our head.
No, and it's on the senses of like let your mind wander.
Yeah.
Like stop feeding it with more stuff. Let it give you the content instead.
Yes. 100%. All right. Well, on the spirit of a good exercise,
Oh my god, here
Let's-
comes the third trivia.
no, this is not
No,
trivia
no, you
yet.
had a
Let's
challenge.
let's do a little bit
Okay.
some of a similar exercise. Music is a big deal for you. We've
Yeah.
said it. If you could pick 5 songs from all time, not necessarily from one specific era, to describe who you are, for other people to look at, listen to, and say, "Oh, I know who Fernanda is." Which songs
Oh my
would
God.
those be?
Damn.
Well, there are some phrases that are very like remarkable to me in some songs.
Mm-hmm.
When you were saying the first one that came up, um, it's a song by Blink-182 called System Called Syndrome. I can't remember how to say
Okay.
the first. Yeah, look for it, please. And there's a part that he says, "I wish I could explain myself, but words escape me." This is so me. Like sometimes I try to explain, and I could define myself in so many different ways. So many like different perspectives, and I believe those perspectives makes me unique.
Yeah.
But another song, um, let's see.
Do you have a list as well?
I was thinking
You
about it.
better.
I
You
was
better.
thinking about
Yeah.
it, and you know what? I do have a list. I wrote a bunch of songs down.
You're challenging us, so you gotta have your answers too.
If I had to pick a song to describe myself, it would be "Creep" by Radiohead,
Oh, I love it.
because I am a creep.
I'm a
I'm a weirdo.
Do you need a hug?
What the hell am I doing here? Oh no, but that would be one of those songs. If not necessarily by what the lyrics say, but just the music and what it makes me feel. Usually the songs that I connect to the most, at least in my top 2 out of 3 are like Goo Goo Dolls, and every time I listen, every time I listen to Slide, every time I listen to Name, every time I listen to Iris, those songs,
Are you sure you're from 2000?
they make me
yeah.
those songs, they make me feel certain ways, and I'm an imaginative person.
I see it.
I am a visual. I have a very vivid visual imagination, and the things that I listen, the smells and my thoughts, I can picture them in my head clearly, and those songs made me picture like colors and movement and waves and stuff like that, and those are the ones that I feel identified with. even if the lyrics have nothing to do with
Mm-hmm.
me at all.
No, yeah, I get it.
But those would be for me in that case.
I have two other which are like I don't listen to them like very very often as other songs. However, it's like you said, it's how they inspire me, right?
Mhm.
So second one is Unwritten. Feel the rain on your skin. You know, I was going to get my puppy. I was driving like for 5 hours on the road, and then like I saw the blue sky in front of me, and like very bad pouring rain behind, and I felt that I was entering a new chapter in my life. And since then, that song like inspires me a lot, you know, to just be there, feel the world, be myself. I love it. And the third one is called Sun Gazing by Michael Beebe. It's a tech house song, and it's not only about the lyrics, but the timing that he created the song, because it was right after he cured from cancer. So he got out of the hospital and all the stuff. He had to rebuild his career, and that inspires me a lot, you know, to rebuild myself, like think about the new direction that I'm taking. And yeah, I think those three are the most inspiring for me, for sure.
Beautiful. All right. Well, do you know what time it is?
Oh my God,
It's
I
time for
know.
the third trivia question. Third and final trivia question. Paula Scher designed the self-titled album cover for Boston. We're still in music, by the way. The cover famously features futuristic spacecrafts soaring above a cityscape.
Uh-huh.
In reality, these ships started out as everyday objects that were transformed by Cher. What was that object?
Oh my God, we gotta repeat that.
We will repeat this after the break, and we'll be right back.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
So, Diego, didn't you have songs as well?
Fuck you.
Beep. All right.
No, I'll throw a couple. I mean, we mentioned already, but Bad from U2 is definitely one of them. I don't know. I just have a U2 is the band that I have a relationship with my dad. Like, is the one band that it's like he grew up listening to, and then he passed it along to me, kind of thing. We went to concerts together. What else? While My Guitar Gently Sleeps. It's probably the song that got me into playing guitar from the Beatles. Anything from Blink-182 that we were talking about. Car Radio from 21 Pilots.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know it's heavy, but
Also, like, guys, Radiohead. You like it?
Radiohead.
I love Radiohead.
I said Creep.
Yeah. Like Weird
What else?
Fishes and look at the other one.
oh, I mentioned already as well. Like, but that's more Brazil related. But Charlie Brown Jr.
All right.
I'll get you into them one day.
Yeah, sure. Well, fair. We're in the last stretch of the podcast, so would you like to let people know where they can find you? How can they reach out to you? Your socials, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to drop it on the screen wherever you want.
Awesome. So you can reach out in my Instagram page here. It's Faye Foster, FEFORSTER. Okay, my Foster is kind of different. It has like an R in the middle of the O and S. Also, the page that I'm developing, that I mentioned, it's called Creative Subs. So creative.subs.
If you want to make Javi happy, you can put every link in one location. Like
Okay, so personal Instagram here, then creative.subs here. What else? LinkedIn, Fernanda Forster, Forrster. Yeah, these are the best channels to reach out. Not WhatsApp, please.
No, WhatsApp. And see what they're what you'll be. Oh, reach out to you and see what you're gonna be doing. All right.
Oh yeah, actually, like right now in this created.subs, this used to be like a personal page for like my artsy stuff because I love painting as well. I love drawing, so there are some old stuff there. It's all about like trust the process. You know, sometimes I just like feel myself on canvas and there's some random stuff there. But very soon there's gonna be like some very creative, cool stuff there.
Nice.
You know what we should bring back on that note? Let's bring back Tumblr.
Sure.
Oh my god,
I need
yeah.
Tumblr back.
Hashtag.
We'll make it happen. We got the powers.
Have
We'll
you
make
ever
it
had
happen.
a Tumblr?
No, I know what Tumblr is.
No, he doesn't even know what Tumblr is.
I know what it
Right,
is. I
no.
never had one.
Footlong.
All right. Well, yeah, you can see our socials, and you know what, you know how it is. But before the episode ends, we do need to answer some trivia questions. So here we go. Podcast trivia plus bonus questions if you get the right answer.
Ooh, okay.
So
Oh, that's why you have more. Okay.
first question. I don't know how to do this. I think I should have you guys write it down before you reveal it, because if you do it, if
No,
one
we can
gets
write
it
it down
right,
on the phone.
yeah, write it down on your phone, write it down on a piece of paper, whatever you want.
Okay.
So, the first question is, what is the last name of the famous Brazilian creative who helped the country win its first major Cannes Advertising Award?
Okay, I'm not sure about this one, but I feel it's someone that I know.
I have it written down already here.
Do we need a
Just the last name?
just the last name? If you want to write the whole name, it's fine. Actually, you know what? I'll take either. It doesn't matter if it's just the last name or the whole name. I'll take whatever.
Fine.
Okay. Can you guys reveal your answers? Rodrigo, you first.
Is it Oliveto?
Fer?
We
I
had
said
the same.
Oliveto too. Yeah.
And before I reveal the actual answer, for an extra point, can you name the campaign?
I
Ooh.
think I know. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna know the name, but it's for a bra commercial.
I would say Bombril. I don't know.
I have the ad on my mind. I just don't know the brand because the brand doesn't exist anymore.
Well, guys,
We got everything wrong.
the right answer is Washington Oliveto.
Okay, Washington, yeah.
It
Hey,
is.
We got it.
But you didn't get the campaign right. The campaign was The Man Over 40, or how you guys would say it.
The man what?
Homens 40 anos. It's one of.
It's one of.
I'm not sure I know this one.
But essentially, the campaign addressed age discrimination in job ads, basically,
Nice.
which at the
Cool.
time,
No, yeah, being in Washington,
Yeah, it was
Oliveto,
in
we're
the
talking about
90s,
like
right?
the applicants the
80s,
applicants after
kinda.
were under 40 years old, arguing that the
Yeah.
companies were wasting the experience of older workers. So, oh well, you two get a point.
nice.
Yes,
You got it
also-
right. Moving on. In the early 90s, a soft drinks TV activation elevated the ritual of consuming that drink alongside a crunchy, salty snack, popular in cinema culture. The campaign's tagline turned into a household phrase in the region where the drink originated. What combination did the commercial famously link? And a bonus point if you can sing the jingle.
thank God! I was,
Oh
I was
my-
about to ask, can I sing it?
So, do you guys have your answers?
Does it
Yeah.
have to be like the brand's name or it can be the type of drink?
It's
It's the same.
the same.
It's the same.
Oh,
if
shit.
I'm right, it's the same.
I think I'm wrong.
Oh well.
Can I sing it?
Oh
Can I sing it?
Let her answer
Alright.
first because she thinks she's wrong.
All right, I said root beer
Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
because they changed their whole perspective like
Right.
at some point. I'm not sure if it was in the 90s, but
No. Did you
Digo.
mention that it was Brazil? I don't know.
It's yeah.
Oh, it's in Brazil.
It's in
Wait,
Brazil.
wait,
I
wait,
said
wait,
it was
wait.
Brazil.
Bro, you said all of them would be
No,
like
no,
Brazilian
no.
questions, and then the third one is
The last
not.
one is not Brazil, but this one is
Oh.
Brazil. Do you wanna think? You want?
No, give us some.
Do you wanna go
I'm
with
gonna
it?
give it a shot again. I don't think it's Guaraná, but I would say it's Guaraná. No, I would say Jesus, Guaraná Jesus. No,
Rodrigo, can you reveal the answer?
Eu quero ver pipoca pular. Pipoca com Guaraná.
Guaraná.
It
Actually,
is-
we're
Eu
drinking
quero
Guaraná,
ver
guys.
pipoca
It is-
pular, pular.
It is pipoca con guaraná.
Residents in the house.
Yes, it
They,
is.
the fun fact, they actually did a second version afterwards with pizza and Guaraná.
There's
Didn't
the fun.
work out.
There's the fun fact right there. I didn't even have to research a fun fact for this one. Perfect. That's a point for Rodrigo.
But I love that campaign.
You second guess
I
yourself.
love that campaign.
You were right and you second guess yourself. But I wasn't gonna hint because it's too easy.
No, I
It's right
thought
there.
I thought it was like
Guaraná
where
is-
why?
Literally right here. That's the thing with these questions. I'm trying to make it confusing because the answer is really obvious. So that
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so obvious that I thought like it's not gonna be
I'm
Guaraná.
trying to mess you guys' head. Okay,
Now, the
but
third one, I'm not sure.
the
Let's see.
third one, Paula Scher designed the self-titled album cover for Boston. The cover famously features futuristic spacecrafts soaring above a cityscape. In reality, these ships started out as everyday objects that Scher transformed into what they are. What was that object? Can you guys write it down? Because
Oh, let me write down something.
Bro,
Forgot. I don't know how to.
I have no idea.
How do I say it in English?
what?
I'm thinking on the opposite.
Everyday
the object, but
object.
I want to translate it.
It's an everyday object, but I can give you guys a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone has this object at home.
Okay.
It's a very specific object for a very specific, very niche type of person.
Like, when did it happen?
That I'm not sure.
Honestly, I had
No, I'm not sure.
I would have to look it up. This is one of
Oh,
the
didn't
But from Boston, this is 80s.
Boston 80s for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70s
Their
maybe.
self-titled album.
Maybe 70s. Yeah. Late 70s.
Self-titled. So oldest album they have.
But it's
or
like
one of.
it's like
Oh.
on. No, I know what album it is, but I have no idea what the object might
What's
be.
the
I
object?
don't even know what the album is,
Uh,
but
Can you
I'm
guys?
gonna I'm
can you
gonna
guys
s-
I'll
give me
take
the
a
answers?
shot.
I'm gonna say a yo-yo.
A yo-yo.
I would say microwaves.
A microwave. That's interesting. Can you
Good.
guys? Can you guys? Can somebody look up? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look it up.
The
The
picture.
album cover, so you guys see what the object is.
The autumn cover.
Just so you guys see what the object is, you have to analyze the album cover to see what's in it.
Oh shit! No, it's playing.
What object?
Is it? Okay. No, it looks like art. Like this. Oh, this.
Oh no! It's a guitar.
It's a guitar.
What is the guitar?
It's upside down.
This is an upside down guitar. So, fun fact.
Ah.
This
yeah,
was
ignored the globe on, on the
This
bottom.
was-
Yeah.
this was designed by the man of Tom Schultz himself.
Nice.
He wanted a
Nice.
guitar in the cover. So no points for anyone
So cool.
because nobody knew the answer to this one. But
I
that
don't
is
know why I never realized he had the back part of it.
Mhm.
That's why I went with you. Like I had the disc in my mind, but
Uh-huh.
not the rest of it.
that's what I said. If you
Yeah, 'cause it look-
if you're a designer and you look at it, you will see it, but you're not gonna realize it just by browsing through it and just one go. You have
No, yeah.
you have
I
to
cannot-
stare
I-
at it to analyze and
I
see.
can't say it's
There's
something
the
that I watch
guitar.
every day. Yeah, I
Okay,
listen
I'm
to
not
every day.
wearing
but-
my glasses, so that's fine.
but yes, that's it. No points for
Nice.
everyone.
Nice.
So you two get a point for the first question. You got it right. You got it right on the second try. No points on this one. So right now the score should be even because you got 2 points for Guaraná specifically because you sang the jingle. So,
nice.
well, I think this is it.
Nice.
Uh, Yes.
I'm back at the game.
He's back in the game. The team Rodrigo is back in the game against the guest. Fer, it's been awesome to have you here.
Yeah,
That
this
was
was really
amazing.
nice.
This
guys.
is really nice. I feel like this was the ideal episode of what the podcast should be in my eyes from when we created this in the first place. Just so you know. And yeah, just remember, guys, follow us. You know, the same old, like and subscribe.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys.
Yeah.
I loved it. Let's keep in touch, sharing things,
For sure.
creatives, like anything you need or want to share. I'm here. And thank you so much again for the
Absolutely.
Yeah.
opportunity.
Give her a
Like
follow.
There you
this
go.
video, subscribe in the channel. Yeah.
All right.
See you guys
We'll
around.
see you next
See
time.
you.
Bye bye.